your skin.
Who is Gary Taylor? Wow. That's a rich question. I would say somewhat of a complex, eclectic, bohemian, recluse, an artist, stuck in his own world 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time trying to do something for other people to make a difference. I believe that's who he is. I actually started writing. I have a friend who's a playwright, a brother by the name of Kenneth Davis, who wrote a musical in 78, 77, a play called Cheese. And he asked me if I would take a shot at actually writing the music for a play that he had lyrical content for. My first instrument at that time was a guitar, so I started actually piecing chord progressions together. I've always known how music works, but not technically. And so I never really technically studied or tried to write it like people who have gone to school with it. But I did pick up a guitar, and we did fumble our way through it. In the middle of the play, I ultimately bought a piano just for the purpose of learning how to voice chords differently. And I would say, you know, that was the beginning of it. It wasn't commercial, but it was music. It was writing music. I have a cousin who is like a major inspiration to me as far as songwriting goes. He's now deceased. He passed away last year, Skip Scarborough. And he was a major influence on me wanting to be a songwriter because for no other reason, greed. I mean, I watched my cousin go from being my cousin to being a millionaire, having written songs for Earth, Wind and Fire, Bill Withers, The Emotions, and so watching that, I mean, it was an inspiration for me to do something musically with him, and I couldn't do it with him. He asked that I submit a song that I had written that he heard, a song called Good Love, submitted for an album that Anita Baker was doing on a CD at the time that was called Giving You the Best That I Got. And that's basically how I did it. I didn't really submit the song. He submitted the song to his publishers, and they submitted it without me knowing it. And I received a phone call from Anita Baker, and her message was, I have to record this. And I mean, I'm as blown away watching her turn down 200 songs is why I didn't submit it, but he did it behind my back, and the rest is history. We're both on that album. My popularity has been based on primarily on having a female-based audience, and the female-based audience being an intelligent audience that puts the word out. It's a word-of-mouth kind of label that I have. It's like I don't get major promotion, I don't get major pushes from radio stations. I have just enough. I get just enough love from certain stations like in Detroit, stations in D.C., Baltimore, you know, where there's a lot of chocolate. I do well. They make my stuff happen.
I know it's never easy when you're trying to turn around. It's never really easy giving up your trust. I can feel that place inside your heart calling out.
My most recent release is Eclectic Bohemian, appropriately named after me. I think I'm outside the lines. I love living outside the lines. I think if music is going to be mechanical, then I'm going to bring in live musicians. If music is going to sell because it's being vulgar, then I'm going to sing what is clean. If music is going to do something that has absolutely no life, I'm going to do something that has longevity. Eclectic Bohemian is a collection of friends, family, and songs that speaks to what I want to do as an album. It was my album of choice, my songs of choice, And it's the album, I think, right now that's going to best represent where I'm headed. I'm headed in a new direction, hopefully closer to jazz and with a little R&B mixed in it, but closer to jazz and more isolated as a solo artist, whereas in the past I've had background vocalists on most of the albums that I've tracked. When I sit down and think of how I came up with Woman of Color, I am at a loss for words, because I listened to that song and somewhere between the joy and pain, and when I say pain, it's the pain of not understanding how God could put something like that through me. I've been solo for 20 years. I mean, I love women. I love women of color, but I'm believing that a large part of it has to do with my view of the world.
Woman of color, at the end of the road, I brush up against you in some unspoken code. I yearn for the closeness we are so overdue. Show